Hi, welcome to my channel, Make a Change. This is the very first segment of it. Thank you for picking to actually watch this video, and hopefully you'll be watching more later to come. What my channel is going to be about is pretty much in the title, Make a Change. A lot of us out there are fed up with a lot of things in our lives, whether it's career, food, being healthy, a lot of other things too. So this is going to be an introduction and a documentary of my life and pretty much me making a change. I thought it would be a nice idea to make a video letting others know that you don't have to be afraid to make a change. A lot of us out there are not lazy, but we're lost. We don't have that drive anymore. We got fed up with the world and, whatever happened in our life decided to, give up. So what I want to talk about is a lot of things in my life that I would like to change. One of those things is the way I eat. So I'm going to pick that for my one goal first until I accomplish it and then move on to the next. Now, for me, it's different because I am 35 years old and I am a picky eater. A lot of you out there are probably like, oh, you're just lazy, you don't want to eat the food, whatever. But it's more complicated than that. It's actually, I don't want to say disease, but it's kind of in that area. You'd be surprised how many people out there that are actually adult picky eaters and a lot older than me, surprisingly. I did a lot of research on it. It's not a disease, but more like a phobia of certain foods. For me, when I was a baby, I would eat anything that was put in front of me, but something happened in my life, traumatic or whatever, where I just decided to stop eating altogether. I wouldn't eat meat. I wouldn't eat veggies, fruits, anything like that. Anything you could think of, I wouldn't normally eat. My main diet consisted of potatoes, pretty much French fries, and the doctors would say, oh, he's okay, he's just a phase, he'll grow out of it. As long as he's healthy, don't worry about it. That's where they get you. Oh, as long as he's healthy, don't worry about it. When you're young, you got to put a stop to it right then. Otherwise, later on in life, you'll stick with it and it doesn't leave you. So, at the moment, I have high blood pressure. Yeah, it kind of sucks. 35 years old, high blood pressure. I went to the ER one time for something, and my doctor looked at me and he's like, you want to die? And I'm like, what? Yeah. He's told me, like, I have high blood pressure and, I need to do a lot of things in my life to change it. So right now, my goal is to eat healthy and get off those meds because I do not want to be dependent on those meds. So yeah, growing up, I would eat nothing but potatoes, French fries, and a lot of other junk food like chips, soda, and it wasn't good. But oh well, I gave up and just kind of went with it. Like I was happy, I was enjoying myself until I got to this age, and now I'm like, I have to be on this medication. When I start to run and exercise, my breathing is a little bit more heavy. So I've been watching videos on two people. One is a good friend of mine, which I've known for way over 20 years. I'm not going to say his name, but his channel is Ion Health. Now, he is a big transformation. He went from a very heavy-set person who would eat meat, pizza, all the good stuff you think is good for you. And, he was enjoying his life for a moment, and then something happened and he decided to make a change. So he went from a meat eater to vegan. Now, I was skeptical because I'm like, all right, whatever, vegan, but I used to make fun. I was wrong. I see the benefits of cutting out meat, dairy, and certain other products to make you a little bit more healthy. So he went from a big heavyset guy down to way skinny. So he's a lot more fit. He has a lot more energy. And, I'm proud of him. He did something not many people would do. And it really is hard to do because a lot of people in your life would be skeptical. They don't want to see your way of thinking. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. You're not forcing somebody to be you. Okay. No one is going to force you to do something you don't want to do. Like I was telling my one friend, I was like, people can't force me to eat. It's my choice what I eat when I want to. And at this moment in my life, I decided to branch out a lot more. During the years, as a kid, even though I ate potatoes, I started to branch out, to grains, bread, pancakes, cereal. And actually, recently, I decided to try meat again. It was okay. It was something new. I got fed up and I'm like, you know what? I got to do it. And it was like hard for me. I guess it's because like most foods, the textures, because of my taste buds on my tongue, it just doesn't seem right, because you haven't had it for so long that your taste is totally different. So I've been trying a lot of different foods. Right now I actually have bananas, which not ripe yet, but once they are, I'm going to try that. So I get the potassium from it and, help me with exercising as well. There's a lot of other things I wanted to talk about too, so I decided to write them down. When you're a kid and you're a picky eater, a lot of people would, tend to bully you around in school, make fun of you. My friend from Ion Health, he actually used to make fun of me too, as well as my eating habits, which is kind of funny now because, later on in life, he changed too. So it's all about, the ironicness of it, huh? So yeah, it was a lot different being a kid, growing up, and, you get bullied around, but I always look the other way. I'm like, whatever, no big deal. You make fun of me all you want, doesn't matter because it's my life. There was also another guy video that I watched. His name is Potato Strong, and he does the starch solution. I'm not too sure of the whole starch thing. I'm still new at it. I'm all about protein and stuff. Like, you have to have the protein, but I guess I have to have a different way of thinking. But a lot of the stuff that he's talked about does make sense. I've started to cut out oil from cooking most of my foods, which is good. I got a brand called Earth Balance Butter. It's kind of like a vegan butter, but it doesn't have a lot of calories as, regular butter, which is why I call it vegan butter. That's just my thing. But it's actually pretty good, so I use that when I'm cooking rice. I love rice now. Never tried it before until recently. And I think the thing is, too, about eating new things, it's better when you cook it. Like, if somebody cooks rice, yeah, I'll eat it. But I prefer to make it, my way, because that's the way I'm going to enjoy it. So I think that has to do with a lot of eating. Being able to cook it the way you want. Let's see. Ion Health. Well, even though I'm still new at this stuff, I never know what to really talk about. So, please don't mind me. It's my first introduction. Hopefully later on down the line, I'll, be a lot more comfortable doing it. If you're watching this video and you're trying to make a change in your life too, please feel free to comment, leave me notes, advice, something you think that would help me out, better my life as well, and so I could pass it on to the next person and vice versa. It's all about paying it forward, help me help you. So for now, I'm going to end it, and hopefully it came out okay. Let me know, and hopefully the next video I'll be making certain foods my way to show you and talk about some other things. Well, thanks for watching, and check you later.